All right. Well, hey, I want to thank everybody for joining us. This is Out of Pocket Podcast with Bad Boys. Rick Jones, Kenny Jones, Colby Pilgrim, and the world famous Mike D. Tonight, we're going to talk about the Bar Table Championships. And then at some point, we're going to talk about, we just discussed something else. What was it? What else are we going to talk about?
Oh, whatever pops to our brains.
Yeah.
Whatever pops into our brain. Sounds good.
Our train doesn't run on tracks, and the listeners should know that by now.
All right. Let's start out with the Bar Table Championships used to be in Reno, Nevada.
So that was the U.S. That was the U.S. Bar Table. Which
you ran that. You're really familiar with that setup, right?
Yeah, I mean, Mark Griffin bought the bar table from Jay Helfert back in, good God, I want to say probably 2006.
Okay.
Yeah, probably right then. I think I went and set it up for Jay Helfert once, and then Mark Griffin took it over after that. Mark Griffin, when he bought it, I told Mark, I said, dude, I want to run the tournament. And he says, okay, cool. And I said, but I want to run it my way. So that was kind of the start for us, really.
I love that tournament. I was there 2010. And you and I have talked before that model for a tournament is a great model. It's 3 tournaments in one. It just makes sense. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, you're trying to make something similar to that happen it's Oklahoma, correct?
Yeah, so the first one, so this will be the South Central Bar Table Championships. And what I want to do is get 6 of those. One in the Northwest, one in the Southwest, obviously the South Central, North Central, and then Northeast and Southeast. I think that would be, that's kind of my goal. What I want to focus on really is your amateur players and the shortstops. Because right now, Predator and Matchroom, they got all these big pro events, and everybody's starting to neglect everybody else.
Right.
So, yeah. And I mean, and the way we're setting up is it's kind of like 4 events. Because we're going to do, so the Apache Casino was one of the events, locations I had got for CSI 6 or 8 years ago, I think it was.
Okay.
So I called them up and I said, hey, we're no longer with CSI, but we'd like to do some events. And he was like, yeah, sure. So unfortunately, his calendar was pretty tight. So we didn't get a full weekend. So on March 3rd, there's a concert.
Casey Donahue.
That ends at 10 p.m.
Okay.
And then, so we're going to load in all night and then start the tournament on March 4th, which is that Saturday.
Okay, that's
what we're going to load in all night on Friday and run a tournament starting Saturday morning. Because what I really want to do is start getting players used to. I mean, if you're doing a tournament Monday to Sunday,
right?
Why not add that weekend prior, right? Because I mean, most people have that weekend off anyway. They don't have to come.
I agree.
Right? But go ahead.
No, I agree.
Because it don't make any real difference for me either, other than a couple of hotel rooms and, referees. But so what we're going to do is Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday, I'm hoping we're playing 8-ball singles. Then we'll have, what we're going to do is we're going to have an open division, which will be 625 and up. I don't care who comes play. You're a pro, come play.
Okay.
And then the mixed division will be, everybody else will sign up and we'll cut that into 2 divisions, 50-50.
High and low, okay.
Yeah, and then the women will just cut it in half. However, we cut the women off at 549. If you're at 550 and up, you need to play in the other divisions. You can play with the guys. If you're over 625, you can play in the open.
Oh, interesting.
Well, because there's only a few women that are in that range.
Would you call that
90% of your women are under 550?
Well, I would think of that as a learning curve, that there comes a point in your development when you got to get in the big pool.
Right.
Is that kind of what you're saying? Is that how you feel about it?
Yeah. I mean, I think once you get to a certain level, you should just play. You should be
Yeah.
a pool player.
Right.
But
I
I
like that
mean,
philosophy.
I also want to give the women a chance to develop their game without getting, because we're not fair matching anything. This is not handicap. This is division straight up. If you're in the silver division for the mixed, it's race to 5. If you're in the gold, it's race to 5. If you're in the open, it's race to 5. For the ladies, the lower division will be race to 4. The gold division will be race to 5, and that's because that's how long it takes. We're scheduling everything at an hour and a half per round, and that's what it'll take. The other feature we're adding, so we're doing an all around for each division. So for the 8-ball, and you'll have to
Wow.
play 8-ball, 9-ball, and 10-ball to qualify. But we have to make sure that you're playing in the same division throughout, right?
Right.
So when we do the split 50-50 for the 8-ball, that will be the split for the 9 and the 10. Whatever that Fargo number is.
But that whatever the number is will continue to be the
Give
number.
or take. Yeah. So I mean, if let's say there's the high guy in the silver division is a 500,
Right.
and the low guy in the gold division is a 520. Then if you don't play in the 8-ball and you come in and you just want to play 9-ball or 10-ball and you're a 508, you'll play in the silver because you're closer to the silver than the gold.
Right.
So whichever division you fall closer to. But the
Basically,
reason we got to do that is
Yeah.
because we're taking, for the divisional singles, we're taking $15 from every single entry, and that will go into the prize fund for the all around.
Oh, that's great.
So I gotta grab my phone because I'm not feeling the math today. But let's just say you have 64 players in each division, all 3 silver, right? So
Right.
it'd be 64 times 3, which is 192 times 15, because that's what we're taking from each entry. That'd be $2,800.
1,092. Yeah. Right.
And we'd probably do the payout like 2,000 for first place all around and 800 for second place all around. Rough.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Talk me through the days of it. Okay. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday is 8-ball.
So
8-ball
Saturday,
finishes on
Sunday, and
Monday.
probably Monday would be 8-ball.
Okay.
Monday
That
and
makes sense.
Tuesday would be 9-ball. Wednesday and Thursday would be 10-ball. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll do teams. Now, the teams doesn't fit
Oh.
into the all around or any of that stuff. Now,
Oh,
with the
that's
teams,
cool.
Bobby, can you bring up the score sheets or?
Score sheet? Yeah, give us just a second.
Yeah, so we might as well give everybody a heads up on that.
How many
too.
people per team?
4-player teams for all of them.
Who's that at?
$400 entry for all teams.
Oh, that's great. $100 a person.
Yep. Kobe's trying to
I
bring
know
up
you're
the
waiting for
score
that to come up. There's a format where there's some scotch involved. Is this a format where
Yeah,
there's
so
a
this
little bit of
so
scotch thrown
yeah,
in?
so it's a little bit different. So with the teams, so we're doing Kobe hasn't brought it up yet. He's looking for it, but I think hopefully I don't screw this up. The
Don't
high
talk
team
because
will
you
be
will.
a 2,300 Fargo cap.
Yep.
The next division down for mixed teams would be 2,100, and the women I set at 1,950. So those are pretty good, strong teams.
Okay.
Did I put them?
I
Now,
like your Fargo gaps. Rick Jones.
with the top team, the 2,300 division, they're going to do a race to 12,
Yeah.
and the other 2 divisions will do a race to 10 because we have time constraints.
That's a
We'll
long
also
race,
do
too. Yeah.
second chances and stuff. Now the interesting thing is all right, so this is the race to 12. So you have four singles, right? They'll play, and then we have 2 double matches, and they'll lag for who breaks on the doubles. And then 4 singles, then 2 doubles, 4 singles, 2 doubles, all the way down. Now, if it happens to be 11-11, then it's captain pick for the win at the end,
Okay.
and it would be the home team breaking.
I've played some tournaments and I've played in league, and the addition of some scotch in this format is surprisingly fun, and you can tell that it's a great learning experience for the lower ranked player. It's just all around. I just think it makes sense. I'm a real fan of it. I know it's a little tougher, honestly. I mean, and some people might not be thrilled about that, but you know, you got to
Right.
fade those scotch matches, man. You got to be ready to play, and
Right. So
it adds some real team chemistry to the whole thing too. It's neat.
yeah, no, I like it. We did some testing with it, and the people really liked it. Do you got the other one, Kobe? There you go. Okay, so for the lower ones, we had to do race to 10. So now that because we're worried about time constraints, and obviously the lower divisions is going to be the players that don't run out as much. And in all honesty, this is a first time event with this format. We're just going to have to see how it goes, and then we can adjust after this event. Maybe we up the race. But what we've done here to shorten the race is just do one Scotch doubles in between each set. And of course, not everybody's going to get to play everybody in the Scotch doubles this way because we shorten the race. But I
Right.
think they'll still have fun. And then if you look down at the 15th match, which is the last, so it's all singles Scotch, all singles Scotch, all singles. And then that Scotch will be captain's pick. So the captains
Okay.
will pick who they team up to play who in that round. Because I like the captain's pick where you can kind of change it up, right?
Yes.
And that's what we got for the lower mixed division and the women's division. And we'll see how it goes. If they can get, if they average get it done in time, next time we'll up the race. Been my experience though, like a race to 13, the old traditional double elimination race to
Yep.
13 took about 2.5 hours. So we
Right.
got it raced to 12, and 2.5 hours is going to eat up some time.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. In the lower divisions, I'm hoping, they're probably going to have the same table time as the other guys. They're just going to go race to 10.
Rick, I've been working with you for a lot of years, and a lot of with tournament stuff, and estimating how long a set is going to take is a big part of your job. You've never been far off. When you're off, it's not by a lot. Tell you what, they ain't going to get done in 45 minutes, right? I mean, it's pretty simple math to figure out. If it's 5 minutes a game and there's a possible of 19 games, it doesn't take a genius, man. You're always pretty close.
Right.
So,
So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to make sure everybody in this tournament has at least 200 robustness.
Oh, that's great news.
If you don't, we will evaluate you, but I promise you, you will be rated on the high side because we have to protect the integrity of the event. If you come to me and you go, hey, I'm so-and-so, and I look up your name and it says you're a 400 and you got 20 games in, you're probably going to play as a 500.
Right.
I mean, if it says you're a 550 and you got 10 games in,
720,
you're probably going to be playing in the open division because I can't, if you don't have enough data, I can't let you come rob my tournament. I can't do it. Right. And unfortunately, there's too many league operators out there that gave starter ratings or whoever, not blaming anybody.
No.
A lot of these players starter ratings don't know what the hell they're doing.
That not blaming people, that's the problem with Fargo. Everybody that's got complaints, people need to be blamed because you're the freaking problem. You started this
players
mess.
Are the problem. Look.
No, players are part of the problem.
Sign up for a tournament, right?
Right.
You got a better idea of what your skill
level is. I mean, Fargo is a perfect system. The only flaw with it is humans. That's period.
No, it's a pretty good system because all it's doing is telling you your average.
Yeah.
And it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
For players that are locked in on their skill level, it's very accurate.
Yeah. But like what you're saying,
everybody out there that says, well, I know I got guys that are rigging the system. If you're not giving names, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
You're rigging the system because
Yep.
you're not telling us. No,
You're
I don't
just-
want to get too deep into that, but
Yeah, I've
that's
dealt with
our
a lot of
protection
rating
for this one.
systems, and there's a bigger option for shenanigans in every other system other than Fargo.
Yeah.
Nothing's perfect, but there's a lot less shenanigans in Fargo. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Right.
and we can catch you.
Tell me about the Apache Casino. Can you tell me anything about? You
Oh,
haven't
you've
mentioned
never
it. I'm
been?
going to assume they got a hotel there.
Yeah. No, it's a nice little place. It's in Lawton,
Lawton.
Oklahoma. It's about what 20 miles from the border, Kobe,
Nah, something like that.
somewhere around
Texas.
there.
Yeah.
From Texas. So now
Okay.
that we've said that, we have made David
Dun, dun,
Doc
dun.
Reyes the team captain for Texas, and John Barton is the team captain for Oklahoma. And there will
Wow.
be, during this team event that we are holding, those two teams, and we will stream it, are going to play each other, Texas versus Oklahoma.
So
At the
Doc is the
moment-
big. Yeah.
At the moment, there's 5,000 on the line.
Wow.
So
Doc is the big league operator there, right?
yeah. I've known Doc
then-
for a very long time.
And then John Barton is John Barton from JB Cases.
And they just bought Chester's, or he partnered
Yeah.
with somebody to buy Chester's. And
Okay.
yeah, I thought that'd be two good guys to make the captains, and those two teams will have a 3250 cap. You must have 250 robustness. You must have a legal ID from the state you're playing with, and there must be a woman on the team.
I like it.
And they're going to play 8-ball. And
Bar
we're
box,
working
8-ball.
on, we're working
Yep.
on the score. Yeah, on the bar table.
Yeah.
I love 8-ball on the bar table. So,
It's other than one pocket and bar table 8-ball are the most complicated, difficult games of pool
yeah.
that there are. I don't care what anybody, and I'm a player, man, and I know I'm not making it up. It is
Yeah.
what it is.
Well, and we're gonna do everything we can on our tight little budget to make a huge production out of that team event.
Very cool, man.
So we'll see what happens. I think
You gonna
people
let
are
me
gonna
interview
dig
some
it.
players?
Huh?
You gonna let me interview some players?
Oh, you're gonna Oh yeah, yeah. We're gonna do some interviews prior so that we can
Yeah.
make some clips and stuff. And
Cool, man.
oh yeah, I think this is gonna be a lot of fun.
I think so too, man. I think it'll be and like you say, I mean, it would be nice to develop this in other parts of the United States. There's absolutely no reason that wouldn't work in other parts of the United States, right?
So I want all the players that watch this or listen to this, be aware during the TV event, it will get rowdy in that room because we are in charge now. So we're going to sound boot the hell out of our streaming, and we're going to have music jamming, and we're going to make it just like you're at a bar, just like you're playing league night.
Just like you're
Have
in the
fun.
mini room of Vegas, the way it used
Yep.
to be.
That's our goal anyway.
Hey, I gotta ask this because we're out of pocket. Does that mean you're gonna allow cleavage? Because I hate rules against cleavage, man. What's your dress code?
Dress code is collared shirt and nice pants. That's it. And
All
if you want to wear a t-shirt, it's got to be a Bad Boys t-shirt or an event
All
shirt.
right. All right.
So, I mean, if your collared shirt has cleavage, have cleavage.
Do you
Listen,
buy it that way? You can't buy them that way.
That's all I wanted to hear. Thank you, Rick Jones. You say it's like a bar. I get frustrated with the dress code. It's not just cleavage. That's just my example of dress code bothers
look,
me.
it's a fine line, right? If you don't have a dress code, people push the limit too far.
Yes.
If you just say everybody has to have a collared shirt and it can't be really offensive, you can't,
Right.
and nice pants or nice shorts, that's fun, right? And
Yeah.
you have to have shoes on. But I mean, we get out of pool what we put into pool. So
Right. I just personally, I think I've told you this. I believe in social shunning. If you make my sport look bad because you come and you look like crap with a dirty t-shirt, I just won't talk to you or be your friend. And you'll just have to deal with that. I'm going to ostracize you. Sorry.
For years, everybody goes, well, the dress code, if you dress real sharp, then, you'll get all the big sponsors. But they wore suits and tuxedos. What happened? It didn't change pool. What is one? What thing blew up in the world the most?
Right.
Poker.
Right.
Those guys
Yep.
don't dress all like that. Now,
No.
the difference between poker and pool is Joe Blow that doesn't know shit about pool ain't gonna come in and run tables on you. So yeah.
Right.
Anybody
Right.
can be dealt two aces or full house, right?
Well, and there's a tradition in poker tournaments of no-name guys winning them every 7 years or every whatever. I
Yeah.
mean, that's not.
Yeah.
I know Moneymaker's the guy people talk about, but I mean, that's been happening since the 70s. That
Yeah.
every once in a while, a no-name guy can win a poker tournament because he gets on a good streak.
Right.
Yeah.
Pool ain't like that.
Yeah. Cool.
No, I agree. Oh, well, that sounds like fun, Rick. I'm looking forward to that. So that's going to be streamed on Bad Boys.
Yeah, that'd be badboys.tv.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
And in March.
Yeah, March 4th to the 12th.
I like it, man. That's perfect.
Yeah, and we're working on some other locations right now, so we'll see.
Very cool. Well, I'm gonna have to Google the Apache Casino in
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
it's a nice little place.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
Food's not bad.
The
It's a
rooms
pretty cool
aren't.
little place.
It's not a long walk. It's not like the Rio where it's a half-mile walk to your room. Like
It's not like
it's
the
not bad
Rio
at all.
where you got to get a cab inside the hotel to go
Oh
to your room.
yeah. So speaking of that, I stayed in the other tower when we went out to pick up all the stuff. and,
Ipanema?
yeah. Holy crap! No, the Ipanema is the one we were always in.
Oh yeah.
I was in
yeah.
the other one, whatever it is. Dude, there's a whole nother casino over there I never saw. Because
Oh really?
I've only seen on the way, I did not stray from the path.
We clocked it, dude. It was 9/10 of a mile from the tournament room to our hotel room
Yeah.
in the Rio.
I have never been more jealous of people who rented those little scooter things, or people that had just every form of transportation that people see. You see people come up with a lot of stuff because the walk's crazy.
Yeah. When the first year I went to Nationals was like 2008. It was still in the Riviera, and they wouldn't let you take the scooters inside the actual rooms. So they're all parked
Yes.
outside, and I'm just
Yes.
going, "What are these lazy mother?" I'd get it now.
Right.
Totally get it now.
Kobe, I would say the same thing for me. The exact same thing. Where you get there and you look around, you're like, well, these people do not have disabilities. I don't understand what's happening. What a waste of money. So many things. Then you're a day and a half into it, and you're like, oh my God, give me one of those things, man.
Yeah.
This is lie, dude.
We have friends that rent them from an outside source that brings them and drops them off at the hotel because it's less expensive. They rent it for the whole week at Derby, and it ain't even from the hotel. It's a different place that rents them.
Yeah.
We
use it just to run
that place, dude.
Just to run to the cage and back is the only reason we used it, really. And that's a lifesaver. I mean, it's shaving a lot of time off that trip.
I'm not gonna, dude. This is a true story. So when we finished the first tournament at the Rio, it was an absolute nightmare. All kinds of crazy shit happened. The players were happy. It was a great event, but for us it was brutal. But when the event was done, my feet hurt so bad when we got done loading out. We're like going up to the hotel. We're gonna spend the night, get up the next day, go have dinner, the whole crew and everything. Get on the elevator. My feet hurt so bad, I just took my shoes off and I left them there.
You weren't on the elevator. It was outside the elevator. No. It was outside.
So it became tradition.
So
after the event, I would go buy a new pair of shoes. And every year after at Nationals, when the tournament was over, I'd leave my shoes at the elevator.
Oh my God.
Okay. So it's happened more than once.
Every year, dude. Every year.
That's funny, Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I have definitely had my feet hurt at the Rio tournament, man.
Oh yeah.
Dude. Yeah, the first year I was there with him, I thought he was joking. And I came to the elevator lobby, probably 30 minutes after, going, son of a bitch, those are Rick's shoes. He wasn't joking. I got a picture of him somewhere.
Every year, dude. Every year. Yeah, that's a good tradition. Like I told you, Mike, I have a tradition at every tournament.
No,
I
that's
like
cool,
to
man.
do like, for example, Texas. I'll drink Big Red.
Right.
When we were doing Snoqualmie, I had their clam chowder, right? At Lincoln City, I always get the smoked shrimp chowder.
Dude,
Okay.
can
And
we
I don't
not
even
talk about
order
that
any
right
of that
now?
shit anywhere else. It's just, to me, it's
Yeah.
always like, just try to make something fit with a tournament
Right.
that you can relate
Right.
to, but then don't do it anywhere else, because then it kind of gives you that little extra at the event.
Right. No, that's
Start
cool, man.
looking forward to it. It's like, ooh, yeah, okay, yeah, I haven't had whatever,
Yeah.
for a while. And then we always like to try, we can't always do it, but we always like to try to do something after the event that's special. Like in Texas, the last couple of years, we went and did something. Saw the Alamo. The year
Yeah.
before, we
We
did the
went and saw the
caves.
Alamo, man. That was awesome.
So yeah, that kind of stuff is cool. Every year we do Lincoln City, either in the spring or the fall. One of those two, we stop in the redwoods and just chill, because you're exhausted after an event. So
Right.
yep,
No,
gotta
that's
let the
awesome,
brain
man.
recoup.
No, that's awesome.
So
Hey, let me shout out our sponsors real quick. Lippman Lights, Diamond Billiard Products, Hustlin', OBQs, Simonis, and is that Aramuth on there?
yeah,
Yep.
JB
Read the
cases.
background.
JB
Very good,
Cases.
Aramuth and JB Cases. Man, we got a heck of a list going on, man. I'm pretty
Yeah.
proud of that, Rick Jones. Well done. That's
Best
because
of
of
the
your name,
best.
man. Your name rings
Well, now
bells,
we
buddy.
need, now we need people to join us on Patreon, because your contributions there help us do this,
Yep.
badboys.tv, and all our pool tournaments. So
Yeah, definitely. And I think one thing that we haven't really mentioned as much at some point, we got derby matches that are going to start being on here.
Yep.
You have access to some amazing matches, both in the past and in the future, that we're going to be able to put on here too. That I think is pretty cool.
yeah, we got, I think me and Kenny counted 15 from last year we haven't put up yet, and they're going to go into the Patreon. And
That's
then
awesome, man.
we're going to record a couple of tables of derby this year, so we'll put some premier ones on the Patreon, and then we'll put some out to public and entice you. But yeah, all the work we're doing, kick us a little, and then if you're a top contributor of $5 a month, you'll be in a drawing every month. Last month we gave away the Bad Boys Shark shirt, which is a $60 shirt, and we're
That's
just getting
cool.
started. So.
I got that one. Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah.
very cool, Rick Jones. I like it, man. I know that we're all really committed to doing this. This is a lot of fun. Yeah, and I just thank everybody for watching and joining us. I'm always surprised, and whatever, but we get a couple hundred views, it seems like, on everything we put out, man. I'm always kind of proud of that.
Yeah.
People are checking us out. That's nice.
Yeah, and once we start pumping out some stuff after Derby, I think a lot of people will start jumping in there and checking us out.
Oh, I'm working on questions right now, Rick. I'm really looking forward to figuring out how to get a player list first, and then start going down the list and getting questions for players. And yeah, man, I want to interview some players. I think that's going to be really interesting, man.
Well, I got a little Tweety bird told me Efren's going to be there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Running out of time, dude. You got to grab him.
Yeah.
No, okay.
If we have to kidnap him, you got
right.
grab his ass and do an interview.
No, that's cool. I'll work on that. I like his manager, and his manager likes me, man. Yeah. So I got it in.
Good group of guys there.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I'd like to know what
they come.
I'd like to know what his ELO is in chess.
Yeah, what his rating is.
Yeah.
I believe that, no joke, that's a pretty guarded secret. I think,
really,
I hate to say the word hustler wise, but I think hustler wise, yeah, he does not. That is not. He ain't trying to talk about that. Yeah. I think his ranking in the pool world is good enough to where it would kill some action for him. Yeah. Not that he'd ever gamble, but yeah.
Well, ask him what Caesar's ELO is. Maybe he'll tell you that.
So yeah, so you're gonna put this one out to the public. So everybody that watches this, Kobe, you want to have them go to the Facebook page and start giving us a list of who they want us to interview and questions they want? think we
That's
should get the
already gonna
fans
be. I
side.
think that's gonna be on Patreon. If you're at least on the
Okay.
lower tier of Patreon, you will have input on the questions we ask.
There you go.
I like
And
it.
who we
I like
interview.
it, man.
Can't guarantee we can interview them all, but we're gonna try.
Yeah,
That's the only
and,
reason we're bringing Mike D.
and we're not gonna.
Hey, man.
We can't
They're
possibly
accessible.
ask them all, but we'd like to put like a, 10 or 12 question list together. That way we can ask them. So if you want to have your question possibly added to that list, you need to join our Patreon.
There you go.
I agree.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna be an ass about it when we're all done and I have Kobe go back and start editing. I'm gonna have him have video of you asking the question, a look on that famous player's face, and
Going-
right as he gets ready to answer, Kobe's gonna cut it and go, check us out on Patreon.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, no,
you got
that's
two
cool,
options.
man.
You got a $3 a month option. I mean, that's $36 a month or $36 a year.
Right.
That helps support us for all the other stuff. You'll get all the bonus material and everything. If you pay $5 a month, you'll be in a drawing every month. So we get enough
Yeah,
people one day, we'll give away a pool table.
Right. I just want to add to all that too, just so people are clear. We're not trying to make $1 million off of this. We're trying to be able to afford to do it.
Yeah.
We're down. We're down cash right now. We're down time. We're just trying to be able to afford to do this.
Dude,
Nobody's making $1 million off of your
I'm
$6
gonna tell
a
you
month.
something. This is funny. So the Moscone Cup is happening, and I watched it. I paid for it. I watched it. But right after that was the Chohan and Shane Van Bonen one pocket.
Right.
match.
Right.
So I just, it's like I don't want to pay for it, dude. I got so much crap going on with all the tournament shit we're trying to book up, right? So I just go on Facebook and I'm like, hey, anybody got the score on it? And this dude comes back and goes, why don't you just pay for it and support pool? And all I thought, dude, was you have no idea how much money I am putting in right now to bring you guys tournaments. We got stuff coming. Yeah. It was too funny, dude. I just laughed to myself. I'm like, dude, if you put half as much money in your lifetime that I'm putting in right now.
If it makes you feel any better, you kind of did put money into it because I had to pay $60 for me, my daughter, and my wife to get in. $20 a piece at the door, and they don't give a shit about any of those guys. They play on their phones all the time. So some of your money did kind of go towards it.
Yeah, I think the only update I got was from Kobe.
I saw lots of Kobe updates from it. That was cool.
Well,
man.
I was trying. That's
Dude,
what
so-
I mean.
I
That
guess
kind of stuff. That's what I'd like to do. I mean, those matches, it would be nice, and that's sort of where the Patreon could come in handy. If there's
Look, I'm gonna
things
tell you,
up in Mike
here's
D's
the-
area, we can afford to send him and let him
Yeah,
play-by-play,
and that's
you know?
it, guys. And I don't like to beg, but I'm telling you right now, if you get in there, we get enough people on Patreon. Me and Kobe and Mike D already got 2 or 3 shows already mapped out that we want to do, but we got to have the money to travel the country. And I'm digging. You guys are gonna dig the shit out of them once we do it.
And not specifically travel the
completely
country.
agree.
I mean,
I
on
completely
our
agree.
way to events, we're not gonna just take
But I mean, you gotta have the
vacations.
money to do the extra stuff.
right.
You gotta have.
But-
You gotta be able to pay for the hotel. To
Right.
yeah, we got some
Right.
But
cool
if-
stuff in the works.
But if I could leave a day or two early going to Derby, I could stop at some pretty big pool halls along the way and check them out, video them, interview the owners, stuff like that. But you
Yep.
know, that takes time.
Yeah, but you gotta eat. You gotta sleep. You gotta shower. And
Definitely
truck
gotta
stops
shower.
are at least $7 a night, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying, dude, don't be showing up
Yeah.
to work the tournament if you ain't showered for a week.
That is something
Yeah.
you ain't ever gonna tell me.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I just wanted to really say that we're just trying to be able to afford to do this.
Yeah.
Right now we're all in the hole, one way or another, whether it's time or money. Yeah, we're doing this because we love it and we want to, for me, the example is Derby. I'm willing to bend over backwards to get to Derby, man. yeah, if interviews is a thing, then interviews is a thing. Here we
Yeah.
go. You know,
Yeah, you
fit
guys
in where
need to
you
jump
fit in,
on
know
because
your
I'm gonna tell
lane,
you, not
play your
only is he
role.
gonna interview
You
Efren,
know,
I promise you he will interview Jason Shaw. There's a whole list. And we're gonna make sure that we get over to Diamond and do a whole
Yep.
video on Diamond and interview the guys at Diamond and let you guys see what it's like for Diamond pool tables to be made and stuff. So
right.
yeah.
No,
And
I'm
that's
looking
just the
for. I
beginning
mentioned
of
that
what
to
we
Chad.
want
I
to
don't
do.
know if you did, but yeah, I think that's. I'm sure that's going to be a go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did you get a response from Chad?
Oh, I'll get. He'll
Yes,
do
yeah,
it.
I did
He'll
hear back
do
from
it,
Chad.
dude.
Yes,
Yeah, that
he's
place will
always been
be
super nice. I really like Chad.
yeah, it'll be empty at 9
He's a
footers.
good
They'll all
guy,
be a
man.
derby. So,
Yeah.
but there'll be an army of
Yeah.
7 footers there.
So I've already
Hey,
seen
let's talk
where.
about.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. What?
I saw where Omega's gonna have a action room at Derby this year too.
Yeah.
Is that the same one as Ray's was last year? Was it Ray?
Well, I'm gonna assume it'll be a different room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a neat setup, man. They'll have like a stereo and a fireplace, kind of a mock fireplace, and couches and stuff. It's a cool concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get a nice little setup and have guys match up and video it, and people can.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of matching up, I want to talk about the little bit of controversy with the Shane and Tony Chohan match with the money. I think Shane and Tony get along fine. I don't think it was drama with them, but it sounds like there was a difference in the money versus what they had planned on gambling and what they ended up gambling. Tony
Well,
seemed a little frustrated about that. Do you know anything about that, Rick?
I don't, but I'll tell you this. Why bitch after the fact? You know, here, so you hear, I love Tony, but it seems like he's getting dogged for losing to Shane, or he feels like he should have won and maybe he should have. But why are we bitching now? Why you wait till after? Did you not have it in the deal made, right? What I don't know who's betting what. See, that's what I don't like about these matches, right? I mean, I love to see these guys play, but
Oh, I agree, 100%.
do we have a clue what they're actually playing for?
No.
And whose money is it?
Right.
Right. So I mean, you guys don't have to do all the bullshit. If you guys play for 10 grand and I see you put up 5 and you put up 5, even if it ain't your money, you just put it up, the other guy put it up, play pool, I'm happy. Because what I see is everybody goes, well, there's 100,000 in the middle or whatever. But one guy says he had 80, he says the other guy had 30. Whose money is it, and did it ever actually show up? Was there 100,000?
You know,
And
Rick,
what the
that
hell
goes
does
back
that
a
even
couple
mean?
episodes ago where I was saying that's what burned me out at the pool hall was the guys with the money weren't the guys playing.
Right.
And it just got ridiculous, and it got to be about things like this. Yeah, no, I agree with
Yeah.
you wholeheartedly, Rick.
Yeah, and then when it's
Yeah.
over, you're gonna bitch. Why not bitch right then? Well, hold on, dude. If there was an issue with the money, the whole going off in the casino, I don't even understand. So to me, that's I'm sorry.
Yes, he
Tony,
made a
love you,
vague
but you've
reference
always
to what
had
he was
that
losing
problem.
in the casino.
So, I mean, obviously being there, I did see money being counted. I mean, it wasn't huge stacks. I think there were some wire transfers involved. It wasn't all in cash form, but I mean, there was money counted. There was some awful
Well, I sure the hell
large
wouldn't. I wouldn't
hands
do it
full
in
of
cash at
money
all if it
walking
was
around
me.
that. So,
Would you do that? See, to me, that's why it always feels like bullshit. In today's world, I'm not carrying that kind of cash.
well,
Because you've been advertising this shit all over Facebook for months.
yeah,
Right.
It almost
It don't
feels
take long for somebody to go, you know what, we could sit out here in the parking lot and get this money and be gone, right? I mean,
Show up
Yeah.
at 10 a.m. on Saturday, right before the thing even starts. Yeah, right before you post up the money, even. Yeah. You're right.
I wouldn't do it, but
it kind of
whatever.
feels more like a Mayweather McGregor sort of the boxing deal where there's just everybody's getting paid and they're just putting
Just
on a
hype.
match. I mean, it's not really they're playing, and I know damn well those players, they're playing to win, but it's not really the same as what everybody's understanding as they're gambling for this money, because a lot of it's not theirs.
Well, I mean, let's start getting, pool's not going to be this kind of part of the pool. I don't think it's going to be a real big thing until you can go, okay, so and so, this, you send your check to this guy, you send your check to that guy, and then that guy goes, I have all the money, let's play. Like
Right.
a commissioner of matchups, right? And maybe the commissioner matchup gets to keep 5% or 2% or whatever. I mean,
Be the
but-
first time in history a
You
man
say
will
that
get
last
paid.
thing, and all of a sudden, I want that job, Rick.
It'll be the first time in history somebody got paid for not being able to run fast.
Well, I mean, it's like, so yeah, sometimes there's a show up fee.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
if the pool hall wants to pay that, that's fine. And maybe there should be there should be some kind of penalties, right? Like, hey, if you don't show up, you don't get your, you lose 10% of your money or whatever too, right?
I
But
think
if we want
you
to
know-
make pool like everybody says they want to make pool, let's even get the matchups more professional. Have somebody hold the money. Let's see the money. I don't know, dude. I'm afraid with pay-per-view and all the other stuff that weird things are going to happen.
Yeah.
And then we have the risk of pool taking another hit. And I'm too fucking old, dude, to
yeah.
try to ride out another round of, God damn it, you guys screwed up again.
Yeah.
I wonder if you added a title to these matches, like King of the West Coast, or you know what I mean, something where there was more at stake than just money, where you wanted to win, where it
Right.
showed me that it. Because again, back to the pool hall for me, when it's a team of guys getting together $7,000, I'm not impressed that you're betting $7,000 anymore. Now I
Right.
don't even understand what the hell you're doing, because I happen to know that every guy on your team is a pool player. Why aren't they going and matching up for $1,000 each? Why would they ever want to be on a team
Well,
with
and
you? I just don't even understand it.
Right.
Don't you
And
want to play pool?
for me, it's like, okay, you guys say this dude's got 10 grand, but then I heard him crying at the last tournament, he ain't got no money. So I mean,
Right.
and then as soon as you start going, well, this guy's putting up the money for him. To me, and this is just me, maybe the majority of people love this shit, buy into it, and they don't care if the money's this or that, whatever. But to me, it just doesn't feel right. I would love to see them get it more professional. Right?
It's-
Like, I know an event that happens, yeah.
Oh, you said too much.
I'll leave it be.
We went too
Some
far
things-
there.
I think, Rick, are you trying to say some things turn into more of an exhibition than anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I know
'Cause it's
there's
not
been
so
a
much a
couple of matches
scam.
in the past where they claim, here, I'm gonna throw an obscene number just because then you guys won't know which ones I'm talking about. But somebody claimed, oh yeah, there's $1 million on this. And then what happened is this guy got 10,000 and this guy got 10,000 for showing up and putting on a good show based off of a percentage that was made off of the streaming. Right. So everybody cashed except for the fans. And
Right.
look, people are okay with that. I mean, WWF, right? I mean, people like that. I'm just not that guy.
I think there's a way to turn it from WWF to boxing, though. I do think one of the ways is to give it a title, something to, if you're from South Dakota, you want to win the South Dakota title. You know what I mean? Which
Right.
I know is definitely kind of silly, but trying to add some prestige is something that you can't hustle or cheat. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you want to win it for the prestige, you want to win it. You can't change that. The money can always be funky.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yep. But there has
That's
to be
one of the nice
something
things
there.
about having an all round too, and an all around make sure somebody's trying their hardest the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you can't give up, right? You might have a
Right.
bad match where you're just, oh man, I'm just not feeling the 10 ball. But keep trying, because every position you get, you never know. You go and you win the 8 ball or
Right.
finish second in the 8 ball, and you do 4th or 5th in the 9 ball, and all of a sudden you're getting a bonus check for $2,000 because you're the all
Yeah.
around, right?
Well, all of a sudden, yeah,
That's what I
all of a
mean.
sudden, 5th, 6th, and 10 ball is what made you win. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right, right.
Or more,
Yeah.
because Shaw was in the running for all around a derby this last year, and it came down to some of the very last matches before
Right.
he was out of the
So
running
I
for
will
it.
tell you, the all around points that we're using is what I designed for the actual US bar table. And in the 6 or 7 years that we ran that, I want to say we were tied 2 or 3 times. One year, I think we had a 3-way tie for the all around champ. And every single year, it came down to like the last 3 matches of the entire tournament
I believe
before
it.
we knew who had it. So the point system is good.
Yeah.
So it could be really, and we're doing it for each division. There'll be an all around open, an all around gold, and all around silver mixed, and then there'll be an all around silver and gold women's. So
Oh, that's gonna
I
be
think it'd be
fun.
pretty cool.
I love the logo that Kobe made. The "Don't shoot your eye out."
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I don't know if you're really using that or not, but I like that one a lot, man. Kobe, you're getting really good at logo stuff, dude.
Yeah, yeah. We got some cool stuff coming. We
You
got
know you do, man.
one of those bad boys wristbands, little black wristband. It's got the bad boys on it.
Oh, that's cool.
They just got those, so yeah, we're just gonna saturate the world with bad boys now.
I like it, man. I want a pair of those bad boy shoes, man.
I like them. I see how they last, and then
I'd rock
I'll
those
tell
all
you how
day,
to get
dude. I
them.
would. Those would be my tournament shoes, Rick Jones. Seriously, man.
Yeah, yeah, they're pretty comfortable, super
Yeah,
lightweight.
that's
I'm
cool.
enjoying them.
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
I like it.
cool. So go ahead and close this out because I ran out of shit to say. And
All right.
go
Well,
ahead
hey,
and go somewhere.
thanks for joining us, everybody. We appreciate it. That was our talk about the Bar Table Championship coming up in Oklahoma.
And Illinois.
Yeah, Google it, check it out, look for it on Facebook. There's going to be more information coming out. Yeah, thanks from all of us at Out of Pocket Podcast with Bad Boys. Rick Jones, Kenny Jones, Colby Pilgrim, the world famous Mike D. Thank you guys.
Peace out. Red button, everybody.
Yeah.